What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're back in Destiny 2, of course for the weekly reset, and we're going to see what's going on in the game this week for the 19th of January. We do firstly have a new game update. We'll talk about some of the changes there, including the nerf to Hunter's Shadow Dive, bug fixes and more, but we also have the content stuff, so we'll see if any new season quests are finally popping up. Check out our new rewards, activities, vendors and more inside of the video. So as always guys, I hope you do enjoy this one, but without further delay, let's get into it. As we jump into the game right here, I've actually headed to the European Dead Zone, and if we come up to the Trustland area, just opposite the church right here that we spoke about in a recent video, we can actually see if we head through the fireplace, which you may need Hawkmoon to actually destroy right there, we do have an icon to start the mission. So it does look like we're going to get a secret mission right here to continue kind of the Hawkmoon quest, potentially get random rolls on Hawkmoon, maybe even acquire the ship that we saw hidden away in the reservoir as well. So it does appear we've got some new content popping off right here this week. And again, as to the location, we need to head to the European Dead Zone if we've already completed the kind of previous quests for the season so far, into Trustland, and we can see right here in the broken building, roughly on the map, on this second floor, next to the church, is where you can get access to the mission by the looks of things this week. So as always, I'll keep you posted on exactly what we find within. Otherwise on the director, we haven't had anything kind of new pop up. There wasn't anything on the destinations map right here for the Tangled Shore at the Crow or on the EDZ, so it is very much a hidden thing that we'll have to check out in game. So once again, have fun with that, and I'll keep you posted on what we find. Another very curious thing right here, but after the update, Europa is now listed as Rathmore Chaos, Jupiter's moon, a desolate frozen moon, testament to humanity's ambition and hubris. But of course, we're looking at Europa, so I'm not sure if this is something that's supposed to be happening, whether there's actually new content right here, or whether it's just a bug, and this was a development name or something like that. But again, it's something I will keep you posted on if anything additional is found. Looking at Europa itself, right here for the Exo Challenge, we do have Simulation Survival. We can also see that Eventide Ruins is the Eclipse Zone for this week, and then for the featured Empire Hunt, we've got the Dark Priestess, of course opportunities for powerful and Pinnacle gear. More Pinnacle gear will come from the Deep Stone Crypt, and this week the challenge is copies of copies, so we can jump in and get that done, as well as any additional stranger quests for fragments and things like that. And then we can see that Perdition is the lost sector for today at 1250, dropping exotic leg armor. But also we've got Bunker E15 on Europa at 1280, dropping exotic helmets. Then as always, additional Pinnacle gear will drop in Prophecy. And of course Pinnacle stuff across all of the playlists. Then we got Trials returning at Friday's Daily Reset. The Ordeal Grandmaster playlist is up right here, but then we can see that the Inverted Spire is the featured Nightfall Ordeal for this week. Then right here for the Eververse Store, we've got a bunch of stuff, as always, featured for silver on the front page, but we do have Laguna Cruiser for the shader right there of Bright Dust, and we've got the Atlas Shell on the Bright Dust section, as well as Spill the Tea, a new emote right there for this season. Pretty cool that we can grab that one for Bright Dust as well. But also we've got the Sneak Attack ornament for the Colony. As we move to the main Bright Dust page though, we've got the Shadow Trespass ship, that one from back in Warmind. We've got a pretty funky looking ghost shell right there you can grab for Bright Dust, as well as the Feeling Lucky ornament for the Hawkmoon, so that's a cool one to grab this week. We've got the Meditative Moment emote, and then the No Worries emote, as well as the Grateful Crane sparrow right there. And Polymology, an ornament for the Queenbreaker, which is pretty cool as well. But finally, the Cabal Entrance Transmat effect, as well as the Loot Chest effects, and the Guiding Light Transmat effect. Then we've got the Polished Sea Stone shader, Cargulo Bristle, Tarnished Copper, and Monochromatic. Now that we've covered the core content stuff for this week, we should mention the new update that we've had, and this is update 3.02. Of course, the first one for 2021, and as Bungie outlined the other day, this does include changes to the potency of Shadow Dive and Whisper of Fissures against Guardians. So Shadow Dive now has damage fall-off versus unfrozen targets. The max range damage has been reduced from 50 to 5. And damage reduction during ability has been reduced from 50% to 25%, so there are some significant changes there. But as we can see, they've also reduced the maximum and minimum damage versus non-super players, as well as players in super inside of the Crucible, as well as reducing detonation radius versus players from 10 meters to 9 meters for Whisper of Fissures specifically. So those are changes that are live in the game today, and it will be interesting to see how they perform inside of the Crucible. But additionally, there are fixes for a series of Hive bosses not counting as Hive boss kills for bounties. Problems where players couldn't respawn if they died during the boss fight in the Inverted Spire. They've also fixed several out-of-map spots inside of Crucible maps, so hopefully some of the ones that have been prevalent recently will have been addressed. There are fixes where some quest items weren't dropping on the moon properly. Of course, the Unrelenting perk wasn't triggering health regeneration, so we finally get to see if that's any good. So finally that one's fixed. But also an issue where Mida Multitool's Catalyst wasn't dropping from competitive Crucible, Taken Scions replicating too rapidly, the Garden of Salvation Flawless Triumph not being awarded. But also apparently it fixes the issue with the High Celebrant sometimes not taking damage, nor opening the Ascendant Plane. The permanent Shelter from the Storm buff being applied in the Deepstone Crypt, of course the exploit in that first encounter. Cloud Strike hits on the Divinity Cage counting as 2 precision hits, which is going to reduce the potency of that, especially in certain raid encounters, but also Grandmaster Nightfall timers being set to 30 minutes, and an issue on PlayStation 5 preventing clan rosters from loading. And so kind of a technical list right there, but certainly some pretty noteworthy changes. And if you have any thoughts about them, be sure to let us know what you think in the comments section below. Final thing as always, if you are completing any Forsaken content, but in the Dreaming City, the Agonarch Abyss is going to be the Ascendant Challenge, and that one is found via the Bay of Drowned Wishes, which is immediately next to the spawn right there in the Dreaming City. So I will run a clip right at the end of the video, just showing how you can enter the Ascendant Challenge after you've popped a Tincture of Queensfoil, if you are completing any of that Year 2 stuff. But otherwise for today, guys, that is everything that we have to round up in the reset portion of the video. And I will keep you posted on content, updates from Bungie and all those kinds of things, as we eagerly await more news. So be sure to stay locked and loaded here on the channel. Feel free to get subscribed and turn on notifications. But if you have enjoyed the video, also a like rating down below really does help us out. But otherwise, guys, for today, I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you all very soon.
You